have tackled. I've had the support of them, and I thank you for it. I really appreciate it. I appreciate my family for putting up with this. The name calling that went in through here, which was totally unnecessary. The finger pointing, which was totally unnecessary. And I think the public spoke on the person that did these things. And I hope maybe you have learned something by what you have done. And I hope no mayor ever, or the council ever have to put up with this kind of abuse. There is no damn sense to that. People act like an adult. Be an adult. This is America, people. You can agree and disagree with acting like a bunch of kids. And some of the actions that I've seen in here are going to have lasting results. Some of the people I thought were friends, I found out were not. I have very few friends, and I am grateful for that, but the friends I have, they're good friends, not fickle. And I just hope the next mayor has good support. And she knows my number. And I said, if this ever happens again, you call me. Because when I am adjourned here, I can deal much differently with people who call names. So I want to thank Todd. I've had 3 or 4 very good financial secretaries that I've relied on. Todd and I sometimes have not seen eye to eye on things. I remember right on the console right off, he said I was opening a can of worms. I said open it up. He can remember that, but he'll also have to testify what I said was right. We did open up and change the building code. We changed a lot of building codes. A lot of homes going up in Clear Lake. There's probably more going up this year than ever has previously in 1 year. We have a tremendous amount of industry that have asked about land out there, as well as acreages. We made tough decisions, which I knew would not be popular with everybody, but my job is not to make everybody happy, but to do the right things. And when you vote, and I'll urge that to the councils right now, when you make a vote, you're going to vote yes or no, and there's going to be people on the opposite side that are not going to like you. And that happens. And so often, and we've got 2 commissioners here tonight that I have worked with. I've had the opportunity to work with many, many people. Many good people, state people, engineer people. People who sat here and said we were dumb, that you couldn't do anything out there, and I just smiled when they said it. Because we had engineers that had already looked at the land. We had people up there, First District, that looked at the aquifers. There's a map under there. There's a lot of things we got done. We passed a bill through Congress, which I had to ask them twice, the municipal league, they would not take it the first time. Being persistent, my wife says, in other words, stubborn. I called her back again and I said, we need to get this done. Well, she said, the big towns will kill it. I said, put it under the big towns. I said, leave Watertown and Sioux Falls alone. She said, all right, you got to go through another committee, which I had to go through. I didn't know there was a committee to get even on the agenda. I had a very good secretary because I don't do computer, I don't text, I don't do any email, do I? I've always said call me, I'd rather talk to people on the line. So Mary's already clapping and I'm gone here shortly. So you people be able to email and text again. I'm old-fashioned, but I like to talk to people on the other end of the line. And we went through there. You had to go to a house committee. Once again, she got us on Facebook. Harry and I and Lisa did not know how to do it, but Trista did. She got us there. We passed almost unanimously there. We had, to a full vote on the House. That went over huge, Sioux Falls and Watertown, in fact, I talked to them in Watertown, the mayor, she said, we'll cover you, we're not gonna bother you. I said, thank you a lot. So I knew we had cover from the big people. Once again, we went through it on committee to get on the bill, to get it on the Senate. WIC and our senators really did a lot, our representative. I said, I need to get a letter to Nome. Well, he says, I know how to get it there. I meet her every week. So he carried a letter to Nome. I said, she needs to get this letter. I told her what had been going on. I talked to numerous mayors. They said, everything's building outside of town. I said, it's got to stop. They said, what do you do? I said, let's go with this. Most of them gave me little or no shot at it. But once they found the ball started getting rolling, I got support right away from them. They started calling their legislators, backed this up, and we passed it at a huge number. Harry and I had the opportunity to go out there when they'll find it. I'm not a publicity hound. I could have run and gave it to Ken. Ken would have probably put it in the paper, but it's laying on my table. That will go on my records. So I had a very eventful, but I think people will look back many years from now and I hope they say thank you. No, I don't want to applause. We tackled something that Todd said that no one would tackle. We tackled a facility that was pocketing money. We got rode up. I did not know a city could get rode up by a state, but we did, for them not using the tax dollars properly. I had the opportunity to sit with financial secretaries when they audited, and I said, don't ask me a question, ask them. I don't do the numbers. And I know an auditor told me, he looked at this and he said, I'm not a lawyer, but he said, I'll guarantee you, I don't think that'll hold water. Well, we found out earlier the judge had said city money. So, but I did not want to create a civil war, what took place here 30 years ago. I said we had to go slowly. I lost a council member that's going to come back now, thank goodness. We went down to Harry and I and talked to him. Talks were not good. I come home or back. I told Krista, it comes on the agenda. I said, you contact Todd, we're going. So from then on, we did that. Todd told me many a time, called them hot buttons. I think I hit every one, didn't I?
You hit them all.
Yeah, I hit them all. I did, okay. But for hitting hot button issues, there's a price to pay. You get stuck, you get called names and a lot of that. But whatever, it was quite a ride. If the city would have treated me right when I moved to town the first time with the curb and gutter, I'd have never got in this mess. God damn, I got mad at the city. I went in the house and told the wife, I said, this is going to stop. I don't care. Well, don't run. I said, I got a petition. I'm going to run.
But you still put in your curb and gutter.
Yeah, I still did. I asked for mercy and I got no mercy showing. And I said, this will not happen again. So anyway, it's been quite a ride. Gordon wanted me to take it sooner. I said, I will not take it sooner. At the time I was working, I said, this job is bigger than a part-time right now.
And it is.
You meet with a lot of people and a lot of people on. So I'm just gonna thank you. I'm gonna ask for one more motion, and that is to adjourn. John has made that motion.
I'm going to second it.
And you're gonna second it. I'm gonna ask for roll call one more time. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. That's done. Everything else is done.